Hello, everybody. It's a writer here, and welcome to episode 3 of our MineColonies series. Now, I know the last episode I released was the MineColonies series, but we're going to do another episode before we move on to our other 2 series on this channel. I hope that's okay, but I've been really enjoying this mod pack, and I'd like to get more into it. Today, our first focus is going to be on feeding our citizens. They are getting quite hungry, despite the fact that we do technically have food for them. They don't really like it very much, so we're going to go ahead and get ourselves set up with a restaurant. Now, I have made a decision. I do want our more industrial side to be over here. So we did talk about this in the last episode, how that side's going to be our farming side, this side's going to be our industrial side, but our actually industrial side's going to be over here. And then we're going to have sort of like a village neighborhood kind of thing going on over here. And I would like to set this up in a central spot, since basically every single one of our villagers here is going to be visiting this. So let's see, somewhere around here will probably be good. We are eventually going to completely cover up this ravine, but it's not going to be too bad to get started on it right away with our restaurant. So we take our build tool, we can go ahead, right click here, select our cook. Yep, let's take a look at what it's going to look like at level 5, because that's what's going to impact us the most. Oh, that's fun. I do like that. Let's find the front of it now. I think it's going to be on the other side. Maybe if we can move this back some. That actually looks like the back. This looks like the front. So if we rotate it one more time, yeah, that looks perfect. That looks like the front of our cook. So let's go ahead and move it around a bit, find the right spot for it. So any of these crisscross blocks right here are just going to be placed with our default block that we have for the builder, which currently is dirt. Honestly, this right here is looking really good to me, and I think we're going to go ahead and just place that in. Now, in between episodes, I did go ahead and upgrade every single one of our buildings to level 2. This is probably not going to be something I'm doing as we upgrade our builder's hut in the future, just because this did take a lot of time, and the more upgrades you do, the more difficult it is to build a building. But if we look over here at our lumberjack, we do have like a log processing area to it now. Our farmer got a little bit nicer of an area to store their crops. Our tavern here got a significantly better roof. Our guard tower looks much more tough. And our courier's hut has a nice contrast now between the roof and the building itself, as well as actual windows. Now, last episode, I know I didn't do any time lapses, so I'm going to change that this episode, because the buildings that we're going to be building here are going to be much nicer than the ones that we were building last episode. The ones that we were building last episode were super duper small, minus the warehouse. But these ones are going to look so much better, so I'm going to do a great thing for you all. I'm going to go ahead and actually get all of these ready, so that way I don't have to get them ready during the time lapse. And it's going to take a while, but I will get them all there for you. I'll make sure it's all ready, so that way we have a nice continuous time lapse there. So it looks like our first raid actually just started. So I'm actually going to go ahead and sleep. That's the easiest way to take care of this, is you sleep and then you go find them. And it looks like they're going to be to the southeast. So they're going to be somewhere over there. So we don't have very much armor. We do have enough to hopefully get us to this trade. So let's go ahead and find them. They're going to be quite far out just because our colony is so small. And you should see a campfire in the distance when we're getting close to them. Using the tab trick up here to try and gauge where they are. You see right up at the very top where the south is, those are the faces of the barbarian raiders. So let's go ahead, just take them out real fast. For raiders, they go awfully far away from the village, but here they are. Here's our campfire. Hi there. Oh, shoot. I didn't realize that there's a ledge there. So one down and one to go. This other dude. Oh, shoot. You're going to actually kill me. No death right now, please. There we go. So we successfully defended our colony against the invaders. I'll make sure to get armor next time, but those guys will occasionally pop up. You can get some good loot from them, especially at higher levels. But right now, I'm not terribly worried about them. So let's go ahead and get back to our village. In this chest here, we have everything that we're going to need for this build. So let's go ahead, grab all of this stuff here, set up our building to be built, give our materials to our builder here. Oh, your builder's hut is quite full. I'm just going to go ahead and drop them off on internal storage then. And then let's get into our time lapse. just like that, our citizens now have a place to eat. However, we do not have a cook for this place yet, so the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to build ourselves up a house. So let's go ahead and grab ourselves a house block and head over to the area in which we're going to build all of our houses. Now we're going to place our first house here kind of next to the courier's hut, excuse me. Let's take a look at what this thing looks like. So if we hop out here, this is kind of what the citizen's hut is going to look like. There is our front door. So these are kind of long houses. Actually, they're more square than I thought they would be. But this kind of fits in sort of nicely right here. We're going to go ahead and rotate it that way. So that way it's facing in towards our village more. And it's not sticking out too far. And I do want it to be a little bit off level with the builder, or I keep calling this a builder's hut. It is a courier's hut. So I'm going to go ahead, find the perfect spot for this. This one I'm not going to do a time lapse during because we are going to have a big time lapse later in the episode. But let's go ahead and get building on this one. So this is what a house looks like at level 1. And this is what a house looks like at level 2. So we have that all upgraded. We also did another thing between that clip. As you can see right over there, we have another guard tower. Now this is going to be super nice because first off, it frees up another slot in our beds so we can have another citizen in our colony. And we are significantly more protected, and our colonists are going to complain significantly less about not having a place with a guard nearby. But the third and final thing I want to do this episode is I would like to go ahead and we are going to build ourselves up a university. Now this block is super duper important for game progression as it allows us to research new things to build. Oh, and also I'd like you to meet our new guard, Emmy. She's going to need either Ferroceptor or bow because she will be an archer. That's what her skills are best at. But I would like to build our university somewhere where everyone will be able to see it. Like, I'm thinking this area would be fantastic, but the only thing is we are currently limited by how big our colony actually is. So I would love for it to be up here, but as you can see, we are like at the very edges of our colony. So we'll see what I can do about it because this seems like a really nice spot to have it. You'd be able to like go out back and overlook this wonderful field right here. So we may place another guard tower up here just so that way we can build our university up as well. Yeah, you can see just how massive this building is. Wow, that's going to be one hell of a building to build. Which is also why I would like it to be so central. So technically, the block itself is currently within our colony. This is where it will be placed, and you can see the edge of our colony is literally just the block over. So I'm going to go ahead and place that there. And we're going to have to definitely do some things to expand our colony before we can build this, because in its current state, that is not going to work. It won't actually let us build this. So if I go build options, select Alina as our builder, it'll say it's outside the colony. So we are probably going to build a guard tower on either side, right near the colony borders. So you can see there's one right here. So even this whole section is outside the colony. That way we have like a lot of guards in the colony, which will help our citizens with their happiness. We won't have to worry as much about raids, stuff like that. And we will be able to get our university built. Plus, I think it would look really cool to just have like 2 guard towers right off to the side, perfectly in line with our university. Like, I think that will add such a nice touch to it. Also, this is what's going to look like at level 5, and holy cow, it looks so cool. Unfortunately, though, this side, we can't build a guard tower right next to it because guess what? The guard tower would be outside the colony. So there is one last thing that we can do in order to expand our colony's borders a bit. The biggest way that we're going to be able to expand our borders quickly is actually by building our centerpiece, our town hall. So let's go ahead, see exactly what this needs, and we will get into our second time lapse of the day. And in this chest here, I have everything we are going to need to build this. So let's go ahead and hop into a time lapse of building up the very centerpiece of our colony. And now with our town hall built, we have officially expanded our town's borders. Sorry about that, that was my cat. We also went ahead and built up one of the decorations here, which is the town square. I think it fits in really nice and adds more ambiance to our village. So let's go ahead, take our build tool, and head over this way and see where the edge of our colony is now. See how much we need to expand it by, basically. Oh, it doesn't even look like it really expanded at all. Oh. Well, we'll have to find another solution for that then in the next episode, because that is all I have time for in this episode. Here, again, on screen is going to be one of my favorite pictures of Aubrey that I've gotten so far. I hope you enjoy her as much as I do. She is such a sweetheart. And unfortunately, I haven't received any pet photos from anyone yet. Again, if you want this to be featured, the best way to reach me is actually probably on Discord. But beyond that, yeah, I hope you all have a wonderful day, and I hope to see you all in the next episode. Goodbye!